Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. And today we're going to play with wildcats, but I'm just getting set up so that I can see any comments if anyone comes in. I'm just giving it time. There's always a lag with Facebook, so we'll just give it a minute or two. But I'll just continue crafting if no one does come in. That's not a big deal. Well, it's a big deal. I like to talk to people. Okay, so if you say hello when you come in, that would be fine. I'm just averting a disaster here. I seem to have some water on the side of my desk. So I'll just move things a bit. Okay. So if you do come in, say hello and then I'll know, but I'll just get started because I know that lots of people watch on replay and sometimes there is a lag on Facebook, so we don't always know. So as usual, I'm crafting on the fly. I brought out wildcats because right at the moment this bundle is 20% off. So it's a big saving. If you bought this stamp set and that die set separately, in the UK it would be £40 in total. But at the moment, or up until March, you could buy them as a bundle and you would get 10% off that £40. But for the whole of March, you can have 20% off. Hi Karen, good morning, and you come. Yeah, so yeah, here we are crafting on the fly with big cats. Not really got a clue what I'm doing, but I just wanted to talk about the 20% off sale, as well as a whole lot of bundles at 20% off. You can buy this little beauty as well, 20% off now, and you can buy it right now for £44. I don't have all my figures in front of me, so please forgive me if I get anything wrong, but this is a fantastic little die cutting machine. It's called our Mini Cut and Emboss. So it comes with all the plates that you need, of course, which I had around and now I've moved. So it comes with 5 plates. So it comes with a base plate, 2 clear plates that you would use for normal die cutting, and then if you're embossing, you have a plate for the thicker, more textured embossing folders, and another plate for using with the standard embossing plate. The 3D embossing, that's the ones I meant for thick ones, have the dark grey one, and then the light grey one if you're using a standard embossing folder. And Stampin' Up! Do slim embossing folders that fit in here. In fact, I think I've got a pile of them lying here. So there's a great variety in embossing folders that we'll go through, and I don't own all of them. There's even more than what I'm showing. So yeah, that just brought that in. I may not use that today, but I just thought I'd show you. It's so portable, it's so light, and I have 2 of them now for my card making classes because they're just so, and we had them there last night and we had great fun. Yeah. So as long as your card that you're putting through isn't wider than 4 inches, that machine is great. And the same with your dies. I don't know if I'll do die cutting today, but I'm just going to do some stamping to start off with. So there's also, what I never showed you was, there's also some beautiful, beautiful designer series paper that goes with this. So I pulled out card that matches with all the colours that are here. So we'll just see where we're going. You can also, you can fussy cut I think that's like a jaguar or cheetah or something. You can die cut these. You can die cut some of the plants, but you can also fussy cut them. And so just beautiful paper, lovely colours. Like them, they might feature in a card, they might not. They're just here. I wanted to try a wee bit of masking with this, and I might bring in some other stamp sets, but first of all, to do the masking, what I've done is I've stamped this one, I've stamped it onto a sticky note, and I've started the fussy cutting, but I haven't finished it. It was time to come on, so that's so I'm going to stamp that, and then I'm going to mask it, and then we'll work out what plants. I might have to pull out some other stamp sets for some plants to give a nice jungly feel. So we'll just see how we go. My version of jungle it will be. Hey Anne Harridan, you come kia ora. So I just finished the wee fussy cutting here. Now I'm not sure if I'm going right or not here because, oh yeah, because his snout will, it is a two-step stamping and I didn't do, so I'm just going to do that so that his snout will show up. Hi Renee, thanks for coming in. So we've got New Zealand in the house, Australia in the house and Scotland in the house. The fire's on, come in and get cosy. Get a wee cup of tea. Karen's here, she'll help you get a cuppa. Now I'm just cutting this wee bit around its tail. I always find this just a little bit tricky, but just worth taking your time. Masking is such a great wee technique. It's quite easy, anyone can do it. So again, just using these amazing snips. If you're putting an order in, always worth popping a pair of our snips on, because look, they're so great to use. They cut right to the tip there. Oh, that's fantastic, Anne Harrod. I'm really pleased for you. And then just this wee bit here around his feet. I brought myself a cup of coffee, but I drank it all before I started, and now I've started and my usual waiter's not actually in the house, so I can't ask for some help. So I'm going to stamp this maybe twice, and I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what I'm doing? Because I don't. Right, and of course I've not cleaned my stamp from stamping it on the post-it note. And just taking the worst off that. So I brought out the colours that are in the papers because I thought, well, if I end up using them, at least we'll all be matchy. So I've got Merry Merlot, Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, Cajun Craze and Crushed Curry. So I'm going to stamp my, I think we'll do a tiger. Where have I put my stamp? Oh, you're going to have to watch me today, girls. I don't even know where it is. I just cleaned it. What did I do with it? Oh, right in front of me. Oh no. It's going to be one of those days. I can tell. So crushed curry, which I may or may not have re-inked recently, so it might be blotchy, but we're just going to go with it, whatever it is. Right, where are we going to put this one? Maybe about there. Yeah, it's a bit blotchy, but you know, that actually adds to the, it's because I haven't worked the ink in properly to the pad. Oh my goodness. How hopeless can I be? Not been feeling too grand the last few days, folks. And I had been in contact with someone who is positive for the you-know-what. So I've been testing every day, but I've just been extremely tired and headachy, which are symptoms. So watch this space. I'm testing every day, but I'm not. I'm been negative up till this morning. So, and I did sleep a lot yesterday. So last night. So hopefully now, I'm not sure whether I want this one lower or higher. I think we're going to bring it lower down. So this guy is just kind of sitting close. I hope it's not as well. I just maybe overtired, to be honest. There we go. I'm not going to worry about that. It's just a bit blotchy. I did bring my mat in because I'm using photopolymer and then forgot to use it. Does that surprise you? Right, so the rest of the stamping of the tiger is the two-step, but you'll see we have stripes here and we have a kind of tiger face. So let's, and there's one that's got spots which could be a leopard, I guess, but where's the stripy face? That one, yep, and where are the stripes? Right there. I clearly can't see things that are right in front of me. Stripes there, and I'm looking for a little block for the little face. Here we go. I did die cut a few little bits of, started on soft succulent. I was trying to prepare it and then I realised it was 11 o'clock, so I just had to come on. Right, I've put the mask on there so that I could stamp that, but I can take, no, I won't, I'll do this guy first. Right, so I've forgotten how the stripes go on the one that's lying down. That's sitting up, I mean, so I could put, yeah, like that. It's pretty clever the way this is, because you can also use the same stamp on the prowling tiger, cat, whatever. I'm kind of getting my head over. I hope you can see all right. Whoa. There you go. You know he's a tiger. It's kind of hard for me to see exactly what I'm doing when I'm filming. When I'm doing it, I would have it right under me. So let's, in fact, I'll stand up and I'll maybe see better. I do use the word maybe. Oh, look at the definition that gives it. Makes all the difference, doesn't it? Now, I bought these, honestly bought this stamp set for that stamp. Right, let's see if we can do this again without too much. A new block and it's got plastic on it. Oh, yeah. Hey Chris, and you come. I'm stamping and reading are not the best, but hey, well, that's slightly off, but you know it's a tiger. Again, when you're doing yours, you get your head right over. You don't read comments, you just concentrate on what you're doing. Oh wow, look. our beasts of the forest. So that's our tigers, but obviously they wouldn't be sitting in a completely white background, I would hope. So let's mask them up. So when I cut out from the sticky note, I do more than one at a time, but do separate them and make sure you've only got one layer in your mask. I think that's two actually. There it is, yeah. So I've used 4 sticky notes when I've done these, but I've decided to leave the one with the stamping on where it is. And the secret was when you're cutting, fussy cutting out your masking, you just cut it slightly inside the line so that your mask is slightly smaller than your stamped image. Right, there we go. Alrighty. So what stamp set do you suggest? I haven't looked out for some foliage. I'm thinking this big stamp from Artfully Layered would work quite well in here. And what other ones have I got nice foliage on? I mean, you could put mountains in the background, but I think I'm just going to go with some foliage. So I've got this, which will go in the foreground, and this one. Yeah, so yeah. So if you've come in and not said hello, please say hello. We're delighted to have you. And if I've not said hello to you, then I'm sorry. Hey Heather, good morning. Yeah, so yeah, fire's on, come and get cozied up and let's see what we can do with these tigers. See, I thought this is like really out of proportion with the tigers, but it'll give the look of foliage. So I'll start off with some soft succulent. I need a block that works with this. There we go. Let's just see what happens. So as I say, stamping is really just about relaxing, just enjoying yourself playing. Like you did, do you know, we lose that ability to play at some point in our teenage lives. We seem to lose it, and do you know, playing is such fun. Actually, I've realised I'm a bit too, there you go, is that better? So you can see what's happening. See, I haven't gone far enough in there, I haven't pressed hard enough. So let's just, we'll use some ink and we'll sort that. So when you're going over the post-it note, you really need to press quite hard. You don't really want this halo, but we can sort that. See there, it got much closer in. That's better. What I could have done was a bit of stamping off with that, but let's just... So this should eventually, this should look as if it's behind them both. Yeah, we can use lots of other sets as well. Oh yeah, very Versailles, you're right. That could be my coming down one, couldn't it? My dangly. Although I've got the dangly stamp here, I think it's a dangly stamp. Right, so I've done that as far in as I can, and I'm going to do a bit of stamping off here. Just start and fill the background in a bit, and then we have, where's my wee dangly stamp? Here it is. this darker. Kind of like a vine as well. This is just a darling wee stamp, I love it. You see when you stamp off with even an evergreen, it looks, it really is similar to soft succulent. I think I will bring in the vine, and I might just do it in a bit of Cajun Craze actually. It's all a bit too regular looking, isn't it? Where do you think I put Very Versailles? Do you think it'll be under V for very? Yes, it is. Yeah, let's give that a go. And I've just knocked my camera, knocked it all. I hope I didn't make anyone seasick there. Sometimes it's easier to move the bit I'm working on. Let's see what else we can. This is a favourite stamp. I'm a bit worried we might lose Very Versailles this time when the new catalogue comes, so we need to give it, look, it's not even been cleaned from the last time. Or it's permanently stained maybe. I'm just going to give it a bit of a, I've got a damp chamois here, so it's permanently stained, but that's okay, that's alright. Just dry it because my chamois is a bit on the wet side. Let's bring in some Mary Merlot, why not? So say this might be a one card class, who knows? One card session. Very Versailles, oh, Janice. Get it on the block before you start trying to ink it up. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm going to have these coming down amongst the vines as well. That's good, that works out. We'll do another. Wow. We're building it up, we're building it up. Okay, so we also have this wee stamp in the Wildcat, so let's make use of this. And will we use, we'll use some evening evergreen with this, and we'll use this for a change. And don't worry about getting ink on your foam mat because you can just wash it with some soapy water. Putting some behind them, but I might actually afterwards have some in front. I'm going to take this one and then stamp it up a bit higher. I'm trying to just slowly sort that out. As you can see, I'm getting there. Yeah, you can just wash it with dish soap in the basin. And what other plants have we got? I don't have really any of like the new water stamps or anything like that. So I'm thinking I'll just do a bit of inky, get my brushes and get the background greened up. It's a bit too see-through at the moment. Just add in more here. Thinking maybe we could bring in, let me excuse my arm while I have a look. So I'm looking at, I was looking at Grassy Grove. These trees are completely out of proportion now, so we won't have them. But I'm wondering about this bit of foreground here to just build up a wee bit more there. Or the grassy, or there's always this foregroundy thing here. We'll put that back. I think it's too... I'm going to use this bit here just to kind of, not for the definition of it, but more so that you can half an hour in and I'm still on my first card, and it might just be a one card Cuppa and cards today. So again, just to fill in the ground, and I'm thinking that Cajun Craze would work here. Just down the bottom really. There's more want to ground these guys. Because it's not working underneath them very well. We'll sort it with a brush, I think. Right, and then I'm going to use some brushes. I need a bit more foliage going up now. I'm just wondering what else to use here. What other foliage stamp can you suggest? There's always the Forever Fern, isn't it? Where is it? Is it Forever Fern? The one that's all foliage. Yeah, there might be stuff in here, yeah. Yeah, see how we go with this. Slightly smaller stamp. We'll go back to the soft circular. No, we'll go for our evening evergreen and just get some more in the foreground. These are quite distinctive, so they should. Really just. So it's building up layers. Stamp and stamp and stamp and stamp. You know, we didn't really know, I don't think, that didn't stamp close. And what have we got in here that would help add to the danglies? I'm going to bring out this dotty stamp. I think that's something that I need in here as well, just to fill it out. I can't even see your comments, so yeah, the Forever Ferns, that's the one. Right, I want just a wee bit more up here. I think maybe, although my tigers are that colour, I want just, I did take out a wee, this one maybe just, probably overthinking it. Some gnats. You're bringing these down the sides because then it kind of frames the picture. And the only thing I'm feeling now is I just want to get the colour in the background. I don't know if these tigers are going to enjoy this or not. So I think I'll maybe just take some more of this and then what colour have I not used for a while? Where's the Merry Merlot gone? Here it is. So really just adding the dots just to kind of fill the background, take away the white, and I may just come in with a brush in a minute and my soft succulent just for this bit. Right, it's speckled now, dotted. I'm going to shut some of these inks up before I end up, and then we'll have a bit of inking and then we'll do the grand unveiling. Just bear with me while I find a blending brush. I do have a bit of news I need to tell you. For a wee while I am not going to be available on a Thursday morning to do this Cuppa and cards. This might be the last one for a wee while because I've actually got an opportunity to start a face-to-face Cuppa and cards. Now if you're local to the Falkirk area, it's going to be in Arnotdale House at Dollar Park, and it starts next Thursday morning at 10:30. It's for an hour and you make a card and you have a cuppa. So I'd love for you to come join me. I know that a lot of you are watching right now wouldn't be able to do that. But if you know anyone who's local to me, if you would let them know to come and join in. I'm just going to, there's just quite a lot of white showing here around their feet, so I'm just bringing in the Cajun Craze and a brush. I'll take the blotchy bit off there and then just be careful because the tail's not stuck down, so we don't want to take it off. We don't want to break the tail, as they say, of the post-it note, not the tiger. So hopefully this will kind of ground them. We just need something to fill in the background at the back top there, so again maybe just a bit of yellow sky there. I need a brush to use with my brush curry. Which has had other colours on it, so, but it's generally yellowy. So just to take the white away. So who knows what we're going to get when we take the masks off, what these tigers are thinking about where they are. Right. It does look a bit of a mess at the moment, doesn't it? And I think it'll be alright. I think you'll like it. Let's just close up the inks. And again, as I've said this many times, if it doesn't work out, I'll just delete the video and deny all knowledge. Right, so I will need, I had card bases ready as well. Of course, where is everything gone? Am I still under here? No, oh, they're right beside me. So I found a few card bases that have some of the colours in, so we'll see what happens. So, are you ready? Are you ready, tigers? Which one went on top? I don't even know which. Oh, look. There you go. But see, there's just a bit of a white halo there, but it just helps for him to show up anyway. So there we go, our tigers in their homemade jungle. I'm going to trim that a wee bit. If my trimmer's here, and then we'll mount it onto a card. So I think it's just maybe they're cool, aren't they? I'm liking them. My twin tigers. Yeah, and see they are grounded. They're sitting on the ground there, and they're just wondering what on earth you're all doing. Right, so I'm going to trim this down and I'm going to put it on a white background. I'm just going to go. I don't think I want to take no, I don't want to take the foreground. I think it's okay. So let's just take a bit of the yellow sky. And then take one of the white layers. My fingers are all inky, of course. Oh, look at that. Wipe your fingers, Janice. Right. But what I will do is I started the story about going face-to-face Cuppa and cards. It's a trial period, but so if you could let people know who live to come along to Arnottdale House for a coffee and a chat with me and make a card, that would be fantastic. And I will be looking at my diary later today to see where I can fit in another Cuppa and cards. After the end of June, that won't be a problem. Now, just as a wee tip, see these bits where my stamping hasn't, I mean, it's not that noticeable, but if it bothers you, we have markers to match. So what I do in a situation like this is I take the tip, the paint tip, and I just do some wee dotties. That, although that looks darker, it will dry back. Once it's dry, it'll dye back. And it just makes those bits that didn't stamp quite as well less noticeable. Could even do down there if I had a mind to. I'm just going to leave it alone because sometimes I think the more you try to doctor something, but that just makes that look a bit better now. It will dry back to the same colour. So I've mounted it onto a white border, and then I'm going to pop it onto a card. No, I didn't decide which to have it on. So we've got crushed curry. That works. Or we've got evening evergreen. So which one do you think? When you put it on the crushed curry, it pulls out the colour of the tigers. You put it on even evergreen and it pulls out the foliage. And I can't see your comments. So what? Yeah, there's no room for flowers now, but yeah, that would have been quite good to put some flowers in there. I'm just seeing your comment there. So, what do you think? Evening evergreen or crushed curry? The green, yeah, I think so. Anne had your first comment, so yeah, there we go. Whoops. It's a simple enough card. It just had a fair bit. There was nothing in it that was difficult. So that's a card. And we've got, I don't even know what the time is, my watch is somewhere. We've got 20 minutes left, so we could make another card, couldn't we? We've got 3 card bases here to choose from. We've got the rest of this lovely stamp set. Look at me. That needs to go and get washed. So does that. So does that. Now I will keep these masks. I'll keep them inside my stamp set, and then if I want to use them again, they're available. Sentiments are fun in this as well. Here for you always. Thanks, you're a beast. Oh dear. Have a wild birthday, you're fierce, and hello. So, what will we do? Will we just bring in this lovely paper? It's just gorgeous, and do a smaller bit of stamping this time. What will we use? The papers are just so lovely. Look at this design. This is nice, isn't it? I mean, yeah, that you could. I mean, you could fussy cut these. I think I've done a video a long time ago when this first came out. I love this Aztec-y print. It's really pretty. So I'm thinking that I could do something stamping much smaller and use that in a background. So let's have a look. What about this time? Just stamping this beast and using the other face and other markings, which is, or shall I just, no, I'm just going to stay with tiger today. I'll say you have got the other face, so you can make like a cheetah, and then you've got the spots, or a leopard. I get mixed up, I don't know which was which. Yeah. I did have some of these die cuts here that I did start to do. Don't have a lot, but did start doing some. I don't know. But thinking we'll just do a wee tiger and then pop it on with a background, a paper background. So let's just stamp it first and then we'll trim it down. Block, Janice, block. I wish you could see the mess I've made to making one card. Well, I'm glad you can't see it in a way. Right, so again, I think we'll just go with our, shall we just have a crushed curry tiger again? Or shall we have a, let's go for Cajun Craze. Why not? Because I'm going to do, so we'll have a pretty tight palette, I think, this time. What about black and Cajun Craze? Because, I mean, you don't see that often, do you? Ink it up. Where did they put the foam mat? Come on, where did that go, girls? Here it is. So I'll just turn that over the other way. As I say, I'm going to wash this. Brand new it is, and I've inked it up. I've messed it up already, but hey. Right, so we're going to have a pretty look at this tiger. What's that poem? Tiger, tiger, burning bright. What is it? Something in the night. Come on, who remembers their poetry? Sleep well, Anne Harrod. Oh, hi, Karen. Didn't see you coming in. Karen Tilly. Okay, let's see what happens. Ooh. Fierce, 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 fierce. Okay, where's my main tool? And we have stripes, and we've got a face. We need a block for the stripes. Try and put all these in the wash, as they say. And we've got our tiger face there. Right, let's do the face. I'm trying to put this up where you can see. I keep forgetting I'm useless. Hopeless, not useless, hopeless. Right, so I can't see where his nose is. There it is. So it isn't instantly obvious, the face, so you have to take a minute. Slightly off, slightly down, but that's okay. You can see that that's a tiger. Right, and then where is this going on him? Like that? Yeah. Oofed, well. His stripes are ragging off his back, but I think we might just fussy cut him out. I don't know. Pop them onto a background. I'm not sure at the moment where we're going. What do you think? That's not very... Or will I just have another go? Let's have another go. Let's just have another go, because that wasn't very straight. Right, this time that's not even inked up properly. Look, there's a little bit there. Oh no, that's meant to be white, that's fine. Ignore me, ignore me. So usually I do the quick card first and then the more involved card after, but today no, I've done it the other way about. There we go. Not wrong. Ink. Give them. You don't have, I mean, you could have brown stripes, but we'll just. This is a colour I don't use a lot, but so I can't even remember what it's called. Cajun Craze. That's a bit better. Like his face this time. I don't know if you're seeing my grey hair or not when I come in here, but there we go. I still got his face a wee bit off, just because I can't get my head right over, but we'll go with that. And we're just going to trim him down and basically make a card, because we're out of time, or not nearly out of time. Not quite out of time, but you worried I was going to cut his ears off there. I just want to make this quite tight. that would cut them off. Let's just take another wee bit off here. Or shall we leave that is, tell me now, that is 8.8. I need to write that down because do you know what I'll forget? This is what I do when I'm working out. So that's 8.8 by 5.6. And then if I cut a layer, what will we put this on to? Black? I ask you then, I tell you. It's a bit of a scrap, but it'll be okay because it's going, so that was 8.8, so that would need to be 9.2 that way. It's going underneath, so it'll be fine. I'm trying to use my scraps as much as I can. And then 5.6 if I cut that at 6. So tiger will just go like that. And then we need some layer behind, and that will be 10.1. It's a very simple card coming up. 10.1 by 14.4. So I had something in my eye there. I had a black card base somewhere. Here it is. And then we'll just add a wee bit of foliage. I'm changing it as I go here. I'm actually thinking that we could actually have brought in soft succulent, because he does look a bit stark there just on the white background. He's been modelling, he's been in one of those photo shoot things. Oh, is anyone still here? Facebook's been going on and off, so I don't know if I've still got people watching or not. I'm just going with it. Right, so just pop this on the black background. You see, I've got these bits of still there. I've no idea if anyone's. So you've got some foliage here, so we could have just some bits of. Okay, I'm glad you guys are still here. And then I could just, I don't want to start cutting out more things because we are running out of time here. Fast running out of time. Again, we haven't done a sentiment. But you can do I quite often do sentiments when I know what I want. I'm just going to cut this. So you could bring in likes of that. You would maybe have some of this. I don't know. you could, I don't know. We'll stick this down and then we'll stick some of that on. I might need a bit more than I've got there, but I don't know, I might have some bits in a bag that are already cut out. We'll just stick them on and then we can add to it. I certainly feel I need to hide this bit of glue or whatever I've managed to get there, and by putting some bits on, it will take the starkness off it. Do I trim that? Might leave it. Might leave it. I don't know yet. No, I won't. I'll trim it. So I could have done it before I stuck it down, but you can equally do it once you have stuck down. So just some bits. What I'm going to do is do the foliage at one side, and then it looks like he's just stepping out of the jungle. So again, it's just playing. There's tiny wee dots of glue. You don't need a lot, just enough to keep it where you want it to be. And then we'll put that one coming from the top down. Oh, come on. Just use them up because they'll just, I love the wee twirly bit on this one. What do you call it? Tendril. These ones have got tiny wee tendrils. They're ever so pretty. Let's pop that there. And then you need some kind of sentiment. And so I don't know, what time are we at? Maybe got a minute or two because I was late starting. So again, you could stamp a sentiment here. I've got a bit of glue there, but I do have a glue rubber somewhere around. I will patch that in a minute. It's not here. Probably went to class last night. Oh, but hey, I've got a glass pencil case, which will have one in it. She says confidently, yes I have. A glue rubber can save a card. So yeah, so there is our tiger. We could put our sentiment, we can, oh look, there's another wee die cut, look. Let's pop that one. Does she know where to stop? No, she doesn't. Don't worry about her. Right, and that one's just going in there. So he's just emerging from the jungle, he's just coming through, and I'm just going to use the hello stamp if I can find it, and I'm just going to stamp it straight on here. Should have done it before I stuck it down, but hey. So we're just about out of time, but I managed to make a second card. As I say, I had no idea what I was doing before I started, still don't. I'm just going to pop this hello here, and if that all goes wrong, well, I'll have to do something else, won't I? But it didn't go wrong, so there you go. These guys have not got a sentiment, so I just sometimes quite like to just send a letter just with a picture. So that is our work today. The whole point of that was to show you that this bundle of Wild Cats is on at 20% just now. You're fine, Randy, you're okay. I will pop this up to YouTube later, because although it's a bit disjointed and a bit slow, it's given you two different ways to make use of that bundle. I do have another video on YouTube, so I might link the two together, or I might go on to play with this further today, I don't know. But I love this, I love the bundle, I love the cats, and as I say, when I first bought it, I only really bought it for this stamp because I love that stamp. Absolutely love it, because I would use it in that direction as a wee dangly vine. And then of course when I started stamping the cats, I thought, wow, actually I do like them. So there you go. Two cards. What's your favourite? What's your favourite today? One or two? Hey Randy. I hope everyone's well, and I hope you'll all not be too harsh on me for abandoning Thursday Cuppa and cards for a wee while to try some face-to-face, try and get back to some kind of normal life. But I will do a or two for you, Karen. I know, because you don't really like all the inkiness, do you? See, I love doing all the inky. We're all different and that's the way it goes. So yeah, thanks. I will come back. There will be Facebook Lives. I'm just not quite sure when. I still do 6 o'clock on YouTube on a Sunday evening. Most Sundays. Anyway, take care everyone. Enjoy the rest of Thursday. Whatever you're doing with it. And we'll see you all later. I will do. Thanks, Heather. As I say, I will catch you guys here. There will be live sessions too. And again, well, it might not catch on and I might have to come back to you guys. I'm going to try, after June, once I've retired from my day job, I will be able to have, you know, have a bit of everything happening. So take care everyone. Bye bye just now. Thanks so much for your support everyone. I really appreciate you all. Bye.